Hi, everyone. Welcome to Curated by Beckta meal kit number 24. Oh my God, I can't believe it's been 6 months for the week of November 2nd to 7th. Thank you for ordering. Thanks for watching this week. We're very excited to put this meal together for you. It's getting cold outside and we need something to warm us up. And so we definitely have that meal going. I want to jump ahead to the thing that's going to take the longest. We have our cauliflower and Yukon Gold potato gratin, and it's in a metal tin. And there's a lid that looks like it's cardboard, but it's actually metal in there. So believe it or not, we're going to put the whole thing in the oven. So we're going to unfurl the top so that it can let out a little bit of steam, but the whole thing is going to go in the oven at 350 degrees on the top rack for 20 minutes. So I'm going to set a timer. And start that timer. I'm going to put the timer on for 8 minutes because at the 8-minute mark, we want to put the ribs in and then set the timer for 12 minutes so that for 20 minutes, you've got it all going on. So while that's going on, we're going to move along to our soup. So get your pot nice and hot. Mine's been preheating a little bit. And we've got our sweet potato soup. For those of you who have ordered a lot from us in the past, you will know that one of our Chef Rich's favorite ingredients in the entire world is sweet potato. And this soup is just glorious. And we've got some beautiful creme fraiche with it. So get it nice and warm over medium-high heat. And while we're doing that, let me talk about the wine that's going to go with the soup, because this is one of my favorites. So Pierce Prudhomme Pinot Gris, Premier Cuvée from the Willamette Valley in Oregon. I love this wine. So the way Connor has it written up, 100% Pinot Gris produced with low intervention, displays bright and fresh side of Pinot Gris, notes of white peach, lemon, red apple, and white flowers. I'll definitely get it on the peach. That's bang. I love this stuff. Now, Pierce Prudhomme is a couple of guys from Ontario, and they go around the world and pick out amazing vineyards and produce wine from it. They don't actually own the vineyards, but they buy the grape and work with the wine growers. And so they do a wonderful Chardonnay from Niagara. They do an amazing Pinot Noir from the Willamette Valley. They do a Pinot Noir from Niagara. They do some wines from South Africa. It's just fabulous. So anytime you see some Pierce Prudhomme in one of our curated meal kits, jump on it because I love these wines so much. Okay, soup's warming up. Cauliflower is in. I want to say thanks to a few of our huge regulars that I can't really thank enough because you've been the lifeblood of these meal kit programs and the curated packages and the support and telling all your friends, and we're just so grateful. So let me first start out with Jackie and James, who are our neighbors at Play, and they are just amazing. Not only did they order a lot, but they are like our biggest cheerleaders. And during these dark days of the pandemic, your words mean so much. A few others: Paul C, Doug and Christine, Nancy R, Paulina, Peter, Mary T. You guys have just been amazing. There's so many more, but I just wanted to do a shout out to a few of our regulars to say thank you for all of your amazingness and great support because the team really appreciates it. Okay, so let's get back to the menu. Why don't we jump ahead while we're waiting and start to plate up the dessert? So a lot of the desserts we want to come to room temperature, but in this case, we actually want it not at room temperature. We want it at fridge temperature because it's a coconut cream pie. So we have some toasted coconut, and we've got this beautiful chantilly, but the pies just go down first. Chantilly on top. And if you have it in the fridge, it should hold its texture really well. So it's like a ploofy whipped cream. Get rid of that guy. And then the toasted coconut we'll sprinkle on top and all around because Megan, our pastry chef, has included lots this week. So why not garnish it up? More crunch, the better in dessert land. So hopefully we're going to hear from the Ontario government this week that we might be able to reopen our restaurants inside, fingers crossed, because the numbers in Ottawa are trending in the right direction. Everyone seems to be doing the right thing, and I just love that. There we go. You know what? I'm going to cheat a little bit, and I encourage you guys to do this as well. If you've got some little berries or something in your fridge, why not add a little color to the dish? Berries make things pop. Why not? I'm sure Chef Rich and Megan won't mind. Gorgeous. Actually, I like that even better. Okay. Always remember to wipe your plates. Okay, our soup is looking good. I'm going to turn that off so it doesn't boil too much. So wiping the edge of the plates is really where the killer presentation go. We have these little vinegar-soaked wipey rags that work when we do the plating to make sure there's no thumbprints or fingerprints when we're plating. And there we go. So here is our coconut cream pie with toasted coconut and chantilly and little berries. All right. So soup up next. So grab yourself a big ladle. Give it a stir. Make sure it's nice. Now the chef assures me that you shouldn't need to season this very much. Always do it to taste. You know, some people like something a little spicier or a little saltier. I think that's my timer to put the ribs in. So before I hit this with the creme fraiche, and Megan, you were right. I asked for a little bit more in the soup. We didn't need it, but I'll have it for lunch tomorrow. Yeah, okay. So the ribs, these gorgeous ribs. Now, you might get a half rack, you might get 3/4 rack, you might get a full rack, and it all depends on how wide the ribs are. So the ribs were very narrow for me tonight. So we've gone with a full rack, but we're also feeding 3 people in my house, and my son really loves ribs. So that's why we're going a little more. So that goes in there for the last 12 minutes. So let's put the timer on. Great. And then we're going to broil up the whole thing. All right, so let's clean up our plates with some paper towel, which works really well with the soup. Okay, very nice. And I asked Megan, our sous chef today, how do you do a dollop that makes it look really pretty? And she's like, I don't know, you can do a quenelle. And that would be tough for a lot of people to do. So literally, just put a big dollop of the creme fraiche in your soup. And I had some time at home. We're probably going to end up packing some chives with this, but a little bit of green is gorgeous. As they say, the camera eats first and your eyes eat first. So you want to have some really pretty green there to just make everything pop. But my guess is you're going to get some chives. And we'll pack those up tomorrow. So here, I can't do this too much. There we go. Sweet potato soup with lovely creme fraiche and fresh thyme. Lime creme fraiche, I should say. All right, now that we've got that out of the way, main courses. So this guy is going on in the oven. We might as well get things rolling on our coleslaw. Now the coleslaw has an Alabama barbecue sauce on it, which is a white barbecue sauce. So it's a mayonnaise-based barbecue sauce. It's got a little bit of heat to it. And Chef Rich, in case you didn't know, has a true love for Southern food. And so that's why we see things like this often on menus. All right, coleslaw is down. We've got some lime. We're going to squeeze on the scallion and also on the ribs, but we've got the jerk sauce going on in there. So while this is going on, we're going to talk about the red wine. The red this week is something really interesting. Connor had to sell me on this one. So it's a Cahors from the south west of France, and it is a Malbec grape, which you find a lot in Argentina. But its home is in France, and it's typically a very big, heavy, brooding, thick, dense, chewy wine. And so when I thought with the jerk spice and stuff, I wasn't going for it. But Connor said, no, 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 this style, this particular one, is a lighter, fresher, fruitier, higher acid one. So let's see if I agree. Gorgeous. See, this is almost more Beaujolais-like than a typical Cahors. It's still got a little structure to it, and it's still big and mouth-filling, but it's fresh. It doesn't have that big, heavy, weighty stuff that Cahors often has. Chateau de Crozille, a grape. This grape used to create this latest batch of wine from Cahors was sourced from several of our vineyards' different terroirs, allowing Malbec's fruity and easily digestible quality to come to the forefront. 100% organic, which Connor is hugely into. Surprisingly delicate and fresh, red and black berries on the nose, slightly dusty, and very refreshing on the palate. Great with jerk sauce. I would agree. So, really nice. Okay. Oh, I forgot the cornbread. That's with the soup. Don't forget the cornbread. Going in the oven just 3 minutes. Just warm it up, and I'm going to put it right there when we take the photos. Okay, and we've got just a couple more minutes on the ribs, and then we're going to baste them with some jerk sauce, and then we are going to put them back in the oven, and we're going to broil them up with the cauliflower gratin. Okay, so the cauliflower has been 20 minutes, so we're going to take it out, take the top off. Lovely, the thing has not melted, so we're in good shape. Throw it back in, we're going to take the ribs out. We're going to baste those up, but first we are going to broil. Start. Okay, great. So next up, let's bring them here so you can see me basting. And I'll move these delicious wines. You can get a better shot of that. And don't let me forget to season the cauliflower because it definitely needs it. The ribs should be good. So now these ribs have been marinated in the jerk sauce. So if you've been with us before when we've done ribs, we tend to baste them and then turn them and baste them and turn them. And that's because it hasn't been marinated in the sauce. So this one is more to just get them nicely glazed. Lovely. Just make sure that they're nice, especially on the sides. They got all nice and coated. Okay. Now, oven's on broil. So the cauliflower only needs about 3 minutes. Make sure to keep an eye on it. But it takes a second to get up to speed. So while that's happening, we have the grilled scallions, which we're going to add to the ribs, or to the rib rack, I should say. Let's see what the chef says. Reheat your scallions in the oven while on broil. Season with coarse salt, salt and pepper, lime juice. Okay, so I'm going to just put them right on the rib rack. So ribs coming back out. It's always good to read the instructions before you do things. Gorgeous. There we go. Scallions going in with the ribs. Lovely. Okay, so now we're going to take the beautiful cauliflower and Yukon Gold potato gratin out. And try to get it on the plate so all the lovely brown gets shown. The good thing is these tins don't actually hold heat all that well, so they're not going to burn you if you touch them a little bit. Yeah, there's probably more in here that we need, but again, good for lunch leftovers, which oftentimes I do. My Tuesday lunches at Beckta are great. All right. And the cheesy strings. All right, next up, we've got the ribs. Let me make sure I do it right. Remove from oven, brush with jerk sauce. Put back, okay, we did that. Remove from oven, season with salt, pepper, and juice from the lime wedge. So where oftentimes you want ribs to be juicy, jerk is more of a baked on. If you have a little extra jerk spice and you want to put it on, you certainly can. Oh, haha, I'll put this back here because I thought for both, we're supposed to put some lime on it. And that's going to give you the moisture. The scallions all to one side. Keep squeezing the lime. Isn't it going to be fun when the pandemic's over? Maybe I'll take a week off of the curated kits. Give everyone a break and we can just welcome you back with big hugs in the restaurant. Lots of the lime. So again, the lime is going to give you the juice that you need. Salt and pepper on the ribs and on the grilled scallions. Beautiful barbecue on a Monday night, my Monday night. There's a lot of ribs. You guys are going to get a little bit less. I definitely bumped it up because, again, my son, whose birthday it is tomorrow, has huge rib love. So I might actually cut this. You know, even one is just a lot. I'm going to do this for the picture. And you guys are going to get sort of 1.5 of what you see. And you can spiral up these guys. When we finish the meal kits, my wife always breaks up the 2 plates into 3 anyway, so that we all have equal stuff. Again, don't forget to wipe your plates. And that is our jerk spice smoked ribs with the cauliflower potato gratin and the Alabama barbecue sauce coleslaw and the grilled scallions. Thank you for ordering. Thanks for being part of this. We're very excited for your support, and I hope you love your meal. I hope to see you next week.